So hey guys, it's me, your girl, Ash. Sorry if I'm eating during this video. I just got home and I want to eat, so I'm gonna eat and talk. So if you guys did not know, I am looking for jobs. I have applied to maybe 10. I tried to apply to more, but a lot of them had age restrictions, which I am not 18 yet, so yeah. So even if you're not curious about job stuff, I'm gonna keep telling you about job stuff. A lot of the jobs that I applied for, Asim and I found on Indeed, which if you are looking for a job, links down below. I started applying for jobs maybe last week. I applied for around like 8 to 10, and one had me come in and put in a physical application, like in person, and another one had an interview right away because it went along with the application process. And a majority of the ones I applied to, it just required like an online application. It was honestly so easy to do. The only hard part about being 16 and applying for jobs is your resume, because your resume is so short because you're 16 and you have 0 job experiences. My resume is really short. I can show you. Like, do you see how short that is? So I can tell you some of the places I applied to. I applied to Samurai Blue as a sushi place as a hostess, Grain and Berry as a worker. I did apply for a Papa John's delivery driver, but you have to be 18, which is quite sad. I applied to Dunkin' Donuts, Five Guys, a smoothie place, a juice place, a front desk worker at a fitness place. I think that's it. If there's any more, I'll list on the screen because I'm very forgetful. Applying for the jobs were really easy. I created my own resume on a website. I'll link down below because I don't know it off the top of my head. But you have to pay to like download it, so what you can do is just screenshot it and turn it into a PDF, and that's how you finesse the system, ladies and gentlemen. I did apply for those jobs. I haven't gotten any word back from any of them, which is fine. That's normally how it goes. It's not like I'm not like worried or anything. Obviously, since I'm going to school, I can only work in the afternoon, and I prefer to not work until like 12 o'clock at night. So you want to go through the requirements and job responsibilities and stuff like that before you apply, because if it's not a job that would work for you, then there's absolutely no point in applying. So I definitely did look, and if it said someone under 18, I didn't apply because I'm not 18. To work hours, if it said full-time, that's a big no because I have to go to school still. If it said a certain requirement, like job experience requirements or education requirements, I didn't apply to those because I'm not done with high school and I have no job experience, so those weren't for me. But definitely, if you're looking for a job, 10 out of 10 recommend you look through the descriptions, because I applied for a couple that I was like, I can't even do this. Like, why am I doing this? Let's get in to my first in-person application process and my first ever interview. Okay guys, so right now I'm going to put in an application at Samurai Blue. It's this sushi place. I'm not really nervous, I'm just like a little bit nervous. But yeah, I put in an application online already to Samurai Blue, but they sent me an email like, hey, can you like come in and put in an application? And I was like, of course I can do that because I'm a sophisticated grown adult who's 16. So I'm really hoping that they will be like okay with the fact that I'm 16. I'm quite nervous. I mean, I'm not like nervous, but like I'm stressed because I've never done this before. This is my first ever job interview in real life. Like, because I've done ones at school for like interviews. Stupid. Which, speaking of which, I literally have a Spanish interview tomorrow, so But yeah, this is literally my first one ever. I had no idea like what to wear. I had my English teacher, Miss Payne, and my mom like worried about my outfit. I was like, hey, I need like help. Is this okay? And they were like, yes, that's fine. Like, bingo. And I was like, cool. And my mom she's like, do this, do this, do this. Go in there, act like you know what you're doing. And I was like, what if they like ask for an interview? And she was like, then just sit proud and like just answer their questions like you want to, like that they want. And I'm like, okay. I hope I don't like stutter. I hope that like I seem like personable to be a hostess. But Samurai Blue is a like kind of fancy place. That's why I wore something like fancy. But I'm really nervous that I'm not like what they're looking for, you know? One, because I'm 16, but two, because like maybe mostly the 16-year-old part. I mean, I'm just really hoping that because one, I don't look 16, and two, I'm very like mature, that they'll be like, yo, like maybe she's like cool. That's what I'm hoping exactly they say. I really hope they like me. I really hope they don't just like send me away, because that would be really embarrassing. Like really embarrassing. The only reason I'm worried is because I don't know what's gonna happen. But also I have an interview, well I don't have an interview, I'm hoping to have an interview tomorrow morning for Green and Berry. Stay in your fudging lane, woman. I'm more nervous for the one tomorrow because like it's an interview and not an application. And if they like my application, they've already seen me and like they already like know me at the one I'm going to right now. So I'm a little less nervous if they ask for an interview, because that means like they like me or something like that. Where like Grain and Berry, they're just asking for an interview to go with my application. So it's not because they like liked my application and want an interview, it's because that's what they do, which makes me nervous too, because I'm like, oh shoot. I'm hoping it'll all be okay. I hope I look decent enough to do this. I'll update you guys after that application process, after I'm all finished and done. But hopefully it went well. Future Ashlyn will know. See you guys in a second. Okay, so hey guys, I'm sorry this lighting is horrible. There's nothing I can do about it. I am done with my application. But the funny thing is I didn't fill out an application. So I got in there and they were like, actually, I don't know if we have any applications. And I was like, okay. And they were like, I'm gonna have you wait here and I'm gonna go see if we have any in the back. I'm gonna go ask someone if we have any in the back. And I was like, oh, okay. And the guy came back and he's like, someone's going to look for them, like we'll let you know. And I was like, okay. He's like, just sit down and like we'll go, like we'll get you if we find one. And I was like, okay. I sat there for like maybe a couple minutes. It wasn't super long, but it wasn't like, it didn't feel super short. Well, first of all, I was in the car before I went in panicking because I thought it was for the one in Ybor that wanted the hostess application. And I was like, well, shit, like I'm not gonna apply to one in Ybor. But then I kept scrolling and it was for both. So I calmed down. But then the guy came back and was like, yo, like, I'm so sorry, we don't have one. And the funny thing is, he like, before he was like, oh, do you have your resume? And I was like, oh shit. Like, I was like, I have one on my phone, like online, but I don't have one with me. And he was like, okay. And he was like, next time, he's like, go home, print one out. He was like, print out an application form, and then, and print out your resume as well and bring it in and we'll make sure like we see it. And he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, we're really sorry, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, that's like fine. Like, it's fine. So then I left. So not much happened, but it made me stressed enough that I'm kind of sad. I'm not sad because nothing literally happened. It's just the fact that I have to go back, which makes me scared. But I'm really dumb and didn't think about my resume. I don't know why my mom didn't think to ask me about it, because she's really good at like job stuff. So I don't know why she didn't think like, oh, Ashlyn, do you have your resume? Because I have one. It's really short, but I have one. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to put in another application, because I really want to try to do it tomorrow. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. So like I can't go after school because it's her birthday. But I might have to try. Yeah, I'm not like stressed anymore, but I'm just like kind of defeated kind of. I don't know why I'm being dramatic about this, but I'm just like, maybe I'm just like sad that they didn't take my like, that nothing happened, because I was really hoping that I would either walk out of there knowing I didn't have a job, or walk out of there knowing that I did get the job, or they were thinking about it. Like, I wish I just could have walked out of there with something, but I'm walking out of there with nothing again because they didn't have an application for me. So that's it. I also felt like maybe they like were laughing at me a little bit, which I just don't know. Like, why would they laugh at me? I'm sure they like weren't. They were just like talking about something, like they were just talking like a conversation, but it felt like, I don't know, maybe they were talking about me, but that's just like my self-conscious, stressed self. I'm stressed. That's all I can say is I'm stressed. I have to call Grain and Berry to make sure that I'll like accept a 16-year-old worker, because I'm gonna have to, it's a legal thing where I'm not allowed to go to a working establishment like and look for a job during school hours, or like work during school hours kind of thing. And this is like working because I'm going to like apply, so I have to call them and make sure that they're willing to accept like a 16-year-old and ask if it's all right. I was like, because I want to go for an interview, but it's during my school hours, which I just want to know if it's like acceptable, if it's like all right if I accept that interview when it's in my school hours. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how people do this. How do people just like go out and get a job? I see why so many people don't have jobs now. But yeah, that is my first experience with an application process. I'll update you guys tomorrow. Hi. So I understand I look the exact same, but it is the next day. Since I am not a professional and I don't have a job that I need to dress good for, or have had a job to dress good for, this is my only work-esque outfit. So right now I am going to a Grain and Berry, not the one I am applying the job for, but the one I'm going to work at isn't open yet, so they're doing the interview at a different one. So I have to go to that Grain and Berry, and I have an actual interview. And as I said earlier, it's not because they like me, it's not because they thought my application was great, it's simply because that's what they do in their application process. That's just how they roll. But yeah, I'm quite nervous because I've never been on an actual interview. I literally have a Spanish interview today, which is literally so funny to me. I have my resume, which I don't know if they'll want, which I hope they don't, because my resume is really like empty because I'm 16 and don't have any work experience. So I don't know what to even like put on it. It's literally so short, like I wish you could see it. My like interview appointment is at 9. It is currently 8:17. It only really takes like 20 minutes to get to where I'm going, 20 to 30. But I gave myself extra time because it's better to be early than late, and I'm not about to show up late because that'll give me a near-death heart attack. So let me update you about last night. I tried finding the application that the guy from Samurai Blue wanted me to find, and I couldn't find it. It wasn't on their website anywhere, so I couldn't print it out last night and do it. And my mom wanted me to print it out and do it and bring it in like last night, and I was just really stressed. So I was really glad that I couldn't find it because I really didn't want to go. I had to email the Samurai Blue place and be like, hey, like I literally just came in. You guys didn't have any paper applications, so you guys told me to go home and print out my own. And wow, this is like really cute. So I sent them that email. I haven't gotten a response back. But last night I did get an email about an application that I did to Dunkin', and it said that the employer did look at it, like opened it and looked at it. That literally means nothing. First response I've ever gotten from one of my applications that was like real, not like real, but like showed someone looked at it. So I was really excited, and it literally means nothing. I hope you guys understand I'm not expecting to get these jobs because I'm so young, but it would, I'm sorry about this lighting, there's literally nothing I can do, but I would be very happy if I could get like my favorite job, which is Samurai Blue, because I think a hostess job would be really good for me, and I think Samurai Blue like fits my personality, you know? So I'm really hoping that that goes well. But I would completely understand if anyone I went to was like, you're too young. I'd be like, that's understandable. But I really hope just someone hires me eventually, because I need a job. So I really don't understand why I'm not nervous. I'm a very like, I have really bad anxiety when it comes to things where I can't even explain it, because talking, like if my friend's like, yo, I don't ask the question, you go ask it, I'm not nervous. Like I'll be like, yo, what's the question? Or like talking back to someone, like if I believe they're wrong, I'm not gonna be scared to say my opinion. Absolutely not. But when it comes to presentations or one-on-one things that are like, it's things that mean something, like grades, presentations that like are grades, or presentations just in front of anyone, terrifies me. But I'm completely fine to answer a question in class and speak for 30 minutes about the question. But the thing is, I get scared about things that, excuse me, you're being obnoxiously loud. I get scared about things I don't understand, or I don't like know or comprehend. So it's like this job interview, I'm scared, but like, what could they ask me that I don't know the answer to? Do you know what I mean? I mean, like there are many possibilities. I just can't think of one right now. Therefore, I'm not panicking. And it's early in the morning. They open at 9 and my interview's at 9. So there's gonna be probably no one in there. I have a woman interviewing me, which I'm hoping that's good for me. Like I'm hoping that's like, that'll make me feel better, but I don't know. I'm not super scared right now, and I don't understand why, because this would be the type of thing that I would be very nervous for, just because I don't, one, know what's happening because I've never done it, and two, because it's a one-on-one, like, not confrontational, but like, it's like confrontational. For some reason, I'm genuinely just not super nervous. That man just screamed at someone. Most people, like, I feel so sorry for them, but they genuinely scare me. Like it's not like certain ones, it's not like because they look super homeless. Genuinely, anyone that like, it might even be people that just walk on the street that scare me. Like it genuinely scares me, because I don't know what they're gonna do, and I don't know what their like intentions are. Same thing with like, it's literally anyone walking on the street. It genuinely scares me, because I just don't know anything. I'll update you guys after. Hopefully everything went well. Okay, peace out. So guys, just got done with my first ever interview. I can say that once it started, I wasn't stressed at all, and I can completely say that was not what I was expecting, like at all. So I went in and I had to wait behind people, because literally they opened at 9, my interview was at 9. And it was already like, when I walked in, there was already a person in front of me, and I legit turned 9. I got in my car and I went in, and there was legit someone in front of me already. And then I walked in and at least 15 people came behind me. So they're really packed all the time. And I went up and he was like, hi, can I help you? And I was like, hi, I'm the 9 o'clock interview. So I went in and he was like, oh, who are you like interviewing with? And I was like, oh, the manager, Lisa. And I like forgot her name for like a quick second, which really sucks. But I sat, he was like, go sit down on a high top, she'll be there in a minute. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. And I like sat there for a minute, and I didn't go on my phone, because that's unprofessional. Like, you don't do that. FYI, don't go on your phone, that's unprofessional. So I just sat there like twiddling my thumbs, literally. I was just like, what do I do? I don't know. And then she came and she was like, hi, Lisa. And I was like, hi. And then I forgot that I was supposed to say my name, and I was like, Ashlyn. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she already printed out my resume. Obviously, you're still in school. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm 16, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay. But it's like a 9 to 2. And I was like, I get out at 3:25. And she's like, so you'll be able to make like a 4 o'clock shift? And I'm like, yep. And she's like, okay, we'll probably like, your shift will probably be from like 4 to 9 and you probably get out like 10. So there was one question she asked that I was like, oh shit, like I don't know the answer to this. She was like, do you know anything like about us? Like she was like, well, first of all, she's like, how'd you hear about us? And I was like, well, there's this website like Indeed, which is where I found my my jobs, which like obviously I'll like go into and stuff. Also, a lot of my friends come here, and so I come here, and I was like, it's a really cool place to like work at, and I thought it would be really fun, and like it would just be really fun to work here, and like it would be a cool place. She was like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then she was like, do you know anything like about us and like things that go into our products? And I was like, she's like spirulina and stuff, and I was like, I know like that spirulina is really good for you. I know the the healthiness behind it. And I was like, but I don't understand like the logistics and all of it. I was like, but I've watched videos about it, and I really like healthy things, so like I like pay attention. But I just don't know enough about it. And she was like, okay. And she was like, so you want to work part-time? And I was like, yeah, part-time, because I can't work during school, obviously. And she was like, okay, you have your own form of transportation? I was like, yeah, I have my own car. And she was like, okay, good. Like, we're probably going to open like the 8th. And I was like, that's fine. Like, don't even, like, I was like, it's perfectly fine. Like, that's perfect. And she was like, okay, we'll probably do training that Monday and Tuesday, and then mock opening the 8th, and then grand opening the 9th. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, as long as that works for you. And I'm like, yes, of course. But she was like, yeah, you haven't worked before? I was like, yeah, no, I haven't. I was gonna say I do volunteer work, but I didn't even want to try to seem like a suck up. So I was like, yeah, no, I haven't worked before. And she was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, we're gonna have to do training. And she's like, this is gonna be like an 8-hour shift. Like, this is gonna be a long and exhausting job. You're gonna be exhausted. And I was like, yeah, no, I completely understand. And she was like, yeah, good. And I was like, okay. She said this Friday was the last day she was taking like applicants and stuff. And she was like, yeah, so we'll call you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. She was like, have a great day. I was like, you too. And then I dipped. I got out of there in less than 15 minutes. And I can say that was really painless. But yeah, guys, that was my first job interview. And it wasn't that scary. I mean, going in was scary, but like the actual interview, I didn't think was scary at all. I just shook my head and was like, yep, yeah, that's really it. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. There's really nothing else I can say. Peace out.